Hello,
Hi, Paige.
how you guys doing?
Good, how
Hello.
are you?
Good, good, good. So what did I do with my stuff? Here it is, all the way over here. I'm not up to on Teams as much. I always tell you guys that. So you're gonna have to tell me if we're ready to go or not.
You do have quorum right now. You've got Mike on the line and Amber on the line.
Okay, great. So we got Amber too. Okay, terrific.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Okay. Hey, Mike, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Okay, let's get going. Can we put up the CNOA agenda?
Will do.
Okay, so yeah, so this is Monday, the November 13th. A little after 4 p.m. So this is the CNOA quarterly meeting. So I want to verify the meeting was properly noticed.
It was properly noticed.
Verify that we have a quorum.
You do have quorum. 3 members are present.
Okay, terrific. So I'll call the meeting to order. Is there any owner's comments at this time? If not, let's look at our agenda real quickly here. So the most important thing we have, these are, you've separated it this time, right? Well,
Yep.
let's just make sure. We have one action item to review the 2024 budget. And then there's some discussion items that I guess you just want to discuss or inform. Excuse me, but we're not voting on anything. So there's only one voting item that we have today?
Correct.
Okay, terrific. Well, I'd make a motion to approve the agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Hi.
Okay, awesome. So we've got approval. So hey, Lauren, can we just follow along? It is the next item. There we go. So thanks. So approval of the meeting minutes. So does anyone have any questions about the August the meeting minutes?
No.
If not, I'd make a motion to approve them. Is there a second? Aye.
Aye.
All right. All those in favor of approving the meeting minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, terrific.
Aye.
Thanks. So financials. We have the August and September financials. Why don't we go ahead and walk us through the highlight of those? I've actually spent most of my time on the 2024 budget, but go through a quick overview of the financials for the rest of the board.
I'm going to pass that off to Jennifer Rowe, the finance manager, to give you an overview.
They're both almost exactly the same as far as the amount collected and the regular monthly fees that are paid each month. So both months we had a surplus of about $2,600 for both of them. So there's really nothing of anything different. And there's nothing on the balance sheet that is concerning that isn't being taken care of. So unless there's any specific questions, it's really nothing specific here.
Okay, I don't have any. I'm looking at the accounts receivable there. It's relatively de minimis. So I don't have any questions unless other board members have. Okay, you want to move on? So let's go. Do you guys, I mean, there's a lot of these discussion items. I know we don't have that much time. I'd like to get into the 2024 budget if that's okay with everyone.
Yeah, that's definitely the most important piece.
Okay, why don't we get into it? And I think I sent you all, some questions that I had in advance. I don't like to stump the band, but let's go through. Show us what you have, and I'm sure you'll address my questions.
Okay, so for this part, sorry. For your CNOA budget for next year, you're looking at a total revenues of $560,000 and $560,131. Same with expenditures. Your largest increases in your joint committee, and that's really based on insurance premiums and some infrastructure build out that we've done here at Town Hall. Of course, CNOA's contribution to CJC is capped at CPI. This year, that's 4%. So CROA is picking up any additional increases at the CJC level based on the additional services that they're requesting on their side. Your CNOA per acre increase is $30.70 or 3.4%. So a little bit smaller increase than the 4% cap. But that's also because you've got some additional CNOA properties coming on board, deferring some of the increase that you're seeing.
Okay.
So overall, no, those are kind of the major changes.
Yeah, so a couple of things I just wanted to make sure, because I was looking at, so you're showing the budget here, which is fine. But what I was struggling with is I was trying to tie it to this board resolution document. And so here I was looking at, for example, yeah, can you go to the board resolution document?
There, this one.
Yeah, this guy right here. So what I was struggling with, I was reading like the 2024 budget has been adopted with the projected revenue of 572, right? So I was looking for that number in your budget, and it says projected total expenses are 560. Okay, that's fine. A projected net surplus, okay, of that. And then I was struggling with, this will leave a projected ending cash balance of 590,000. And I'm like, that doesn't seem right to me.
The cash balance part is not that. When I took the budget and put it in the system, I did not enter in all the cash stuff in order to reflect the cash balance part, because we do your budget in an Excel basically. So we can
End of the year, what you're saying is, hey, we've got to collect 572. We're going to pay out 560, and then we're going to have some net. So I would have anticipated this will leave a projected ending cash balance of, I was thinking 12,000, 15, whatever it is.
Well, it's taking in consideration what you currently have too.
So are you saying that we're ending the end of the next year with $590,000 of surplus cash? I'm
That's
pretty sure you're not saying that.
That's what I'm saying. I did not enter in the, no, you've only got like 250 or so. I didn't enter in the cash flow part for the year to catch up. So we can take that line out altogether.
Okay.
Of this page.
So I would feel comfortable, because I'm probably going to be the one signing this. Is that? Yeah, I would just take that piece off, and then see the 572,000. I can't tie that to the budget. So show me where the 572 is on the budgets that we were reviewing in the blue line. I just wanted everything to be tied.
So if you go down to the budget piece, the actual versus budget, which is like I don't know, page 5 or something. It is the 568,931 plus the 3,200 of other income, which is interest.
Oh, okay. Okay, so can we go back to the other slide that you showed? I'll just show it to you. There's a lot of this guy.
That one, okay. So I think what the missing piece here, Paige, is the 572 is the assessments plus the reserve contribution. In this document that's showing here, you're showing the reserve contribution as a contra asset rather than an actual expenditure. I think that's where the confusion is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because this one is in Excel and the other one is done in our budget system. So it shows up differently. So it
So I will
totals them
say
differently.
on the CROA side, we've changed their reserve contribution and we're not doing it as a contra asset anymore. We're putting it down as an allocation at the bottom right here after total expenses. There's another allocation expense. So if that would make that clear and tying back to the resolution, we can do that for you guys moving forward.
It would just be helpful. I just want to figure out how does it tie to the one so that, you know, people don't ask, you know, it's a nice way of tying out where the 572 is, you know,
Yeah.
versus the 560 there. But
Oh, yeah.
these are, you know, miscellaneous things. Then I think the only other question I had was, you were very specific in here that you're recommending a reserve study every year. I was actually surprised to hear it every year because I usually thought that the standard and the industry was every other year. But you're recommending now that we do a reserve study every year. And so I wanted to confirm that. And is the reserve study built into our budget?
So the reserve is actually every 3 years, but
Yeah.
we do a reserve in
Like
the reserve.
like a review.
Yeah, we do a reserve review every year just to make sure things are done and completed. And the CNOA reserve study is actually due to be done this coming year. And it is the reserve study accounts for another reserve study as part of it, as part of your funding plan. So your reserve contribution covers that.
Okay. So our entire fees are going up, you're saying by about a little over 3%?
3.4%.
Okay. And so, you know, just my personal opinion, I like to get other board members' opinions, you know, in this high inflationary environment, good Lord, a little over 3% is very fair in my view, but I want to hear from other board members.
I think it's fair. I did want to ask though, with all the new development out there at Island Village and the new businesses coming on board that will be paying into CNOA fees, how is that reflected in this 2024 proposed budget? Who else is coming on board?
They're contemplated already. So the Coburn, the apartment complex is calculated in here with their acreage. So they're already reflected.
Are there any more that are going to be onboarded in 2024?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. And the biggest part of our budget is the CJC contribution.
Mm-hmm.
And that you're capping exactly at 4%.
Correct.
Okay. You know, I notice that if I'm doing the math right, when I go to the CJC, they're up at about 18%.
Mm-hmm.
Holy smokes. Yeah, so I was trying to calculate, because when we started this thing, Mike, you know, with the capping, it was 75-25. So I think after this, it's more like 78 now. They're pushing it up, but I think it's one of the smartest things that we did, just to kind of like, hey, please, you got to isolate us in some points here. So
we're not receiving the same services as others. So
yeah. So okay. I don't have any other questions then. Does any of the board members have any budget related questions? If not, I would like to make a motion to approve the agenda as presented with the, I'd like to make sure that there's an adjustment that's made in the notation for the, yeah, well, it's that, there's so many document papers here.
You're
It's
talking about the cash flow?
It's a cash flow balance.
Yes,
Yeah.
the
I'll take
cash
that.
flow adjustment.
I'll take that sentence out.
We'll
Yeah,
adjust that
but just,
before we send it to you.
Approved subject to removing that reference to the cash flow number. Can I get a second on that?
second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. I was waiting for unanimous. It's a pretty big thing, so unanimously approved. Okay, well, let's go through the discussion items then.
Okay, well, first I'd like to introduce Jeffrey Webb. He's our new community manager here at Town Hall. So,
Welcome aboard.
moving forward, he will, take over CNOA meetings. Do you want to give a little rundown of your history? real quick?
Meetings are the easiest thing you're gonna do, so.
Sure. So I have a pretty extensive background in hospitality. I've been in property management almost 5 years. I am a recent relocator to Florida. So I'm from the Northeast in New Jersey.
Okay.
Excited to be here.
Well, terrific. Welcome aboard.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well,
Uh,
terrific. And when does he start, Lauren?
He started
23rd.
the 23rd, so he's a veteran now.
Okay, very good. Okay, well, good, good. Hey, and can you make sure that, Lauren, I've got all contact info?
Yep, I will do an email introduction for you.
Okay, terrific.
The next piece is, the CNOA Finance Committee has made a recommendation to the CNOA board to adjust insurance coverage levels in attempt to mitigate some cost increases at the CJC level, since they're bearing the brunt of the increases there. They are recommending adjusting insurance, so we are only insuring items that are over $30,000, and anything that's less than $30,000 to repair or replace is essentially going to the self-insured model. That doesn't really impact CNOA. It more impacts CROA and some of their smaller assets, but we just wanted you to be aware that that's their recommendation, and it'll be really up to CJC to kind of give that blessing or not if they want to move forward in those changes. You would see some cost reduction at the CJC level based on coverage that comes back. We still don't have what the policy is going to be for December, but the hope is that this will reduce the increase that we would see.
I see. So could you just go over the changes? It's raising the deductible from 5 to 10.
So there's been a historic reluctance to file insurance claims. So they thought, why are we paying a premium to have such a low deductible when we've been paying $30,000 to repair items out of the reserve fund for the most part versus filing an insurance claim. And then the other piece is eliminating property coverage for items with an insurance limit less than $30,000. Because again, there's the historic reluctance to file those insurance claims, and CROA accounts are robust enough to cover those replacement costs if they were to get damaged in, say, a hurricane or some other issue. So it's just an attempt at some cost savings overall that will benefit both associations.
Okay. All right. Well, you're not looking for any, are you looking for any feedback here? It's just general awareness.
General awareness. If something's a red flag and you see this as a negative on the CNOA side, please let us know and we'll share that with the CJC board. Obviously, it won't go in front of CJC today for approval because we don't have the actual final numbers back from the insurance agent on what the changes would be in terms of a premium price change. But we just wanted you to be aware up front because it does impact you guys.
Okay.
Mostly from a cost savings.
Okay. I don't have any questions.
The next one is temporary structures. Mike actually asked that this get put on.
Okay.
Yeah, something that I've noticed, kind of a flaw in the system, is people are putting up, temporary structures, whether that be pods or various entertainment structures, knowing that by the time they get a letter from CNOA, they have 30 days to respond to it. And then there's actually, can you explain the process, Lauren, the days? Because I know it's
So, yeah, the CNOA violation process is a courtesy letter with a 30-day response time, a second letter of another 30-day response time, and then it goes to the CNOA board to recommend fines. And then they have a minimum 14-day window between the CNOA board meeting and the CNOA covenants committee meeting, which usually ends up being probably close to 30 days. So essentially 90 days before somebody's getting fined before an item is addressed.
Wow. And where are they usually occurring, Mike? Is that downtown or is it on, the boulevard or where are
Uh,
you seeing this?
it happens, all around Celebration. I mean, luckily, if it happens downtown, since it's our private property, we address it with the person doing it. But I just think the way the rules, the structure is right now, people are doing it knowing that by the time it gets around to the finding process, I'm done with whatever it was.
Right, right. So I mean, guys, I kind of agree. When you explain how much time we should probably get to a finding situation faster.
Mhm.
So you're
So,
saying
I mean-
you give a courtesy notice of 30 days, another notice 30 days, and then you've got some time before you get to another CNOA meeting.
Mhm.
And they can appeal.
Yeah,
So
wow. What are you thinking, Mike? Just maybe a 30-day notice and then you're into a finding process?
either that, or even if we structure it where the fines are retroactive to day one, if they're found to be in non-compliance. Because, like I said, the way it's structured now, people just know that I'll do it, and by the time they get around to the finding process, I will have taken it down. And
Right.
so
I think we
I
are.
think
It sounds to me like we're too lax, Lauren.
Yeah, I agree. CROA, I will say on the CROA side, we cut down the first 30-day courtesy letter. That does not exist anymore. And the second 30-day notice was cut down to 14 days. That seems a little bit extreme on the business side, but maybe just removing that first courtesy notice and just going straight into the first 30-day notice for correction. Then you're really only at about 60 days between violation and the finding committee.
Well, work on some language we would just have to adjust, our policies, right? Is that something we could vote on next time?
Yeah, we can certainly get that all drafted up and ready for you guys to vote on next time.
Yeah, okay. Does it need to come to a vote or? Can you
No, just giving us that directive to work on the language. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, I think you can work with Mike if with the language, but I'd be happy to support anything like that. Give them 30 days and then, afterwards, whatever you guys want to do. But I think temporary should be like a couple of weeks. I need some help kind of thing. It's not dragging this thing out. So I'm taking advantage of a community kind of thing. So.
Mhm.
Okay, let's keep going. Grand Manor service feedback.
So we're at 2 years through the 3-year contract, so we just wanted to provide the board an opportunity to let us know if you see any changes or improvements that you would like to see from your perspective in terms of the service that you're getting from Grand Manors. If you need additional engagement or anything like that, we just wanted to give you the opportunity to put it out there.
Yeah. Well, I had an opportunity to talk to you the other day, Lauren, so I think you're doing a great job, but I defer to the other board members here.
I've been happy with the service from Grand Manors.
Okay.
Well, if you think of anything in
You,
the interim or something else comes up later on, just, our email or phone call or town hall is always open, so.
yeah. Well, I've given you direction on like how to set up I like discussion items and what the heck we're voting on kind of thing.
Mhm.
But anyways, I gave you all the feedback, so I think you're in good shape.
Okay.
And we got a management report. We always try to cut these things. We got 3 minutes for a management report. So
Mhm.
before we got CJC. So Could you tell us the most important things that we need to know?
So you've got two properties that are about to go to collections. We just need the board to give us the thumbs up on that one. Community standards, you've sent out 29 first notices and 11 second notices. So we're kind of moving and shaking there. We've reassigned one of the inspectors at Town Hall to be solely dedicated to CNOA covenants and ARC. So you should have some more attention being paid to that moving forward. And then Lexon is getting a bunch of stuff done downtown and has been submitting the ARC applications regularly.
Okay, well, certainly moving, if you need any approvals, certainly move it. We've talked about Florida Power before.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
There's no, I don't think the board would have any issues with moving forward into collections on those two.
Okay. So we'll push those over to Tom for his office to start that process.
All right, terrific. The board, do you have any questions? I think it's kind of a short but sweet management report.
Nope.
No questions.
Okay. Hey, Mike, did you guys have a successful Halloween downtown and everything?
Luckily, downtown is unscathed by Halloween. I hope the neighborhoods are too, because that they take the brunt of it.
And are you all ready for Christmas? Are you going to start the holiday season right after Thanksgiving? Is that what the plan is?
Decor started going up today, so the tree should be
Okay.
up by the end of the day tomorrow.
Okay. Is it going to snow in Celebration again?
Absolutely. It's 25 years, 25th anniversary.
Oh, that's super exciting.
Yeah, so we got a lot of big stuff planned. It'll be new snow stories and all kinds of extra stuff.
Terrific.
I
Okay.
just from our point of view, from the hotel's point of view, we are sold out completely for Thanksgiving reservations, and the hotel is probably about 75% occupied. So we are starting to see that occupancy lift from visitors coming in.
Oh,
Great.
fantastic. I'd love to hear it. It sounds wonderful. All right, everyone. Thank you for a quick and short meeting.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.